Good evening, ladies. Good evening, gentlemen. We are so glad to be here with you this evening. Maybe we can sit down, Zsuzsa. We thought it might be interesting to share with you an experience about building a winning team, about a winning team in Budapest. Why is that? Well, you know, a winning salon is, of course, about design. It's also about satisfying clients and customers, but that a winning salon was also a team. It's all about team dynamics. To talk about Zsuzsa's experience, we have to say a few words about her own background and her own experience in Hungary first, but also abroad, because Zsuzsa is a globetrotter of hairdressing. You know, she followed her customers. She went to the UK, she worked in France, in different types of salons. She also worked on a boat.
Hol vannak a magyarok?
Oh!
Thank you, Boris. He's so kind, as usual.
So to the Hungarian teams. Huh?
Yeah. One really important thing, I get my dream. That's the main thing, you know, the dream, what I see, how I want to do my own when I come back to Budapest. Second one is my team. I have to really, really work so hard on my team. And that was the hardest part.
So you were telling me that you had to take into account, in fact, the context.
To make the education first, I have to change the Hungarian mentality. That was the most hard part for me to understand why we're acting like this, why we do that, why we couldn't do what they could do anywhere else in the world.
But how did you get to get them to change, in fact, in their attitude? Because you were telling me it takes between 1 and 2 months to get the habits in.
If they don't smile, they couldn't work here, right? That's the main point. We write down everything, what they have to say, how they have to say, and they practice it. I just ask them to do it, and then I prove to them, if they will do it, how far they could go.
So it's a long process of
Yes.
getting experience in, right? And then to reproduce it over and over. And we can see already the level of investment in education. It takes time. We were talking about 1 to 2 months to train on attitude and shampoo. Now another 2 months to train on doing the blow dry in the right way. And it takes time. And what surprised me when we talked with Zsuzsa is the kind of patience that she has to get it done right. Huh? At the beginning, the team might do some mistakes. It's not important. What is important is that they make progress and they get to the level to be able to learn how to do the haircut.
If they don't know how to treat the customer, if they couldn't be kind, if they couldn't be part of the salon, if the customer doesn't feel that power, let's say, what is there, then it's nothing. You know, we have to work together as a team.
It's all about details and getting the details right and coming back on the details all the time. And when we talked with Zsuzsa, and I asked her, I know several times, what type of trainings do you do? How many days of training do you give your team? How many days do you send them abroad? Zsuzsa was answering, yes, but the most important part is the fact that on a daily basis, as a manager, but also as an expert in the salon, I'm showing them how to do it. And in fact, I'm doing education through my management. Zsuzsa has traveled, so she's seen the way other managers manage their team in other countries, like doing meetings and doing interviews. In business, you don't need to be in a serious meeting with a tie on and a costume and with Excel sheets. You can also do very, very important steps in terms of management in very peaceful and friendly places, like sitting at a bar and having a pina colada and talking about a serious matter. And a positive emotion that will allow you to pass the message in a stronger way and to get connected to, in fact, the mind of your team and to get them to understand what you're looking for. And what counts in management is to get to the meaning of it. And how do you do that?
I really find out that When I went to the cruise ship, I had that first experience. After 1 year, they could be a junior hairdresser, and it takes 1 more year to be a senior. And now, because they really grow so fast, I have to make the master level also.
You have to grow your teams up. There's no choice if you want to be a successful team. And creating a clear journey from entering the salon as a trainee to going to be a master is a very good way to help people understand where they can go with you. It's even an open, process with the customers, having the trainings going on when the customers are there, having the customers understand that in the salon there are different levels. It doesn't mean that people are good or bad, it just means that people are learning. Yes. You also talked a lot about managing yourself, your triangle.
Yep.
We tried to invent a triangle and a new dilemma. It's called the boss-friend dilemma. Can you tell us about that?
To do your own place, you have to grow up with your own place. When you see the triangle, you have 3 corners on it. One could be a boss, the other could be a friend, and the other one could be a master. If I teach them, I'm the master. If I tell them what to do, I'm a boss. But if I see they have any problem, I don't let them go. I stop with my customer, I go there and I ask them what is the problem. And they feel they are very important for me.
But it's about being accessible and being available for the team when they have a problem. And Zhuzha's story recalls an experience that I lived inside a salon in San Francisco with a very good Matrix ambassador, Gina Khan, and we were having a very serious business inside her office, inside the salon. And the salon was full of customers. And after half an hour, suddenly, an employee comes into the room and says, Gina, we have a big problem. We were having a serious meeting. And in fact, what she did is she took exactly 5 seconds to listen to her team member, understand what the problem was, and she gave 2 solutions. The first one, go and see that person to see if you can solve the problem with her. And the second, I'll be available for you in 45 minutes. It didn't take her much. It took her a few seconds to do that. But by doing that, she gave a very clear message that she was available to her team member when the team member or when the team had a problem. And this is the important point. But the most important phrase for me was, they are my mirror. Can you tell me? In what way is the team your mirror?
I always watching them what they do, how to do, not just the way to teach them. When I talk to them, I watching the reaction to see what they say, how they say. And after, if I see the reaction is not how I want to have it, I'm think about inside me what I should do differently.
It's even a lesson of management. It's the most important thing you can do, is to be able to use your team as a mirror or a reflection of the way you manage them, to be motivated, to be performance, and to be a team together. Zhuzha had, I think, a great pleasure to share with you all, and in a very open way. And I want to thank you very much in front of everybody. It was very open, and you told us everything, even the good points and the bad points and the difficulties. But we do feel when we see you talk that you have a lot of pleasure in doing what you're doing. It's about internal pleasure, outer joy. It's about daring education as a ongoing management investment to get the team right. It's about trying to make them be more and more creative. And that summarizes maybe one of the most important points about salon success, is getting your team to be as most dynamic as you can. And they will make your salon a big success. Thank you very much for your attention. And,
thank you too.
And thank you very much, Zhuzha.
And thank you too.
Round of applause for Zhuzha. Thank you.